A quick update on Arrow. So Arrow here is not looking the greatest at the moment. We're going to go from the daily time frame and work our way up here, but you can clearly see the 200-day moving average, the 150 and 20. We're down below all of them with huge gaps in between. So on top of that, I want to point out the bearish thing here. Of course, that there, we're about to have a bearish cross on the stock RSI. So maybe we're right in here somewhere to where we're about to fall off the table again. Hopefully not. And also the other bearish thing is the possible bear flag here, which you can see a little bit better on the 3-day chart here. But looking on the daily chart, high to the low, you can clearly see we have to get where we're getting stuck here over 54 to confirm short-term bottom, and then bullish, of course, 78632 at about 58 to have any kind of momentum up. So we're going to take that off of the chart. We're going to move the moving averages off of the chart. We're going to go up to the 3-day candles, and you can clearly see that bear flag that is possibly forming here. So we'll see what happens. Now, the bullish thing is we're looking on non-log here. We usually watch Arrow on log scale. And if we look at it on a log scale, you see the downtrend a little bit better in play here. Let me go ahead and fix this, that we're stuck at this steep downtrend that is in play here. So until we break that and get over some of those key levels, we could end up breaking down. Now, the one positive thing is you can clearly see the green box I drew on the chart. Clearly, this is a macro area of support and resistance. You can clearly see that on the chart here. So when you're just looking at the chart here, if you ignored the bear flag and everything else, you would say that it looks like the macro bottom is in, especially when you take it off of log scale and you can see low to the high. We're all the way down, not perfect on the area, but the 786 final support area at this green box is where we're holding once again. And it looks like we're just kind of repeating history here to where we're hitting this area again, and we should get a bounce up. Now, that bounce up may only be a bounce up to break the downtrend and then move up over those prices, back test the 618 and then do something like this, kind of like we did last time, and then we go up, later on in the year. That could actually be the case of what is going on, but not a bad spot to be buying in on Arrow here. I mean, it looks like the bottom is in here. Could we go lower? Yes, we could, especially if we're looking at this on log scale. We are holding this macro box, but any lower than we are now, then you can see clearly the 0.5 is going to come into play once again. So don't be surprised if you drop 17-18% here, but we'll see. But it looks like the bottom is in to me, but there's so many different factors to take into account, especially with those ones we just went on at the beginning here. So right now on the macro, the bigger question is, if that is the bottom, where is this thing going to potentially run up to? So looking on the fib here, you can see the upside targets here. Of course, the first stop's going to be around the $3 range, 290 there. But from where we are today, if that is the bottom, and you still believe that Arrow here is going to hit the $20 to $40 range, let me go ahead and zoom this out a little bit. What do we have here? I don't think we have the right fib on the chart. Let me go ahead and draw another fib. That makes a lot more sense on the chart here. We're going to go on the overall. Let me go ahead and draw from the overall high to that wick low there, and we'll get our targets here. So that $20 to $40 range, I don't know where the hell it is. Oh, it's because we're on non-log. Let's put it back on log. There we go. All right, so now looking at it on log scale to get our targets here, you can see we do have the 2272 at 23. That's about a 46x. And then if it's going to go higher than that, $30 to $40, are we going to do a 60x on Arrow? That's the big question. And even all the way up here to the 2618, $42 would give you an 85x on Aerodrome here in 2025. So, of course, comment down below. Do you think this is possibly the bottom? Where do you see it ending up? And we'll just kind of leave it at that for now. So with that being said, none of this is financial advice, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.